Good morning. I'm Corinne Braxton, and we are hopefully live. Let me check online and see if I can find myself. I'm a little bit early, but let's see once here. Oh, there, yep, I can see it. So I think we'll just have to wait a few minutes. So today is such an exciting day. It's August 3rd, the first day of celebration, the first day of our mini catalogs. So I was up early this morning, I couldn't sleep after about 4 o'clock this morning because I always get a little nervous on a day when the new catalog's starting. And I had several orders to put in. So by 7 o'clock this morning, I had orders put in for the new catalog and for celebration. So it's finally here. I've been playing with some of these products since I've been a demonstrator. We get to pre-order, which is always a real fun thing to do. So now it's open to everyone throughout the world. Anyway, let's see if we can find anyone this morning. Let's see what's here. I think we're just a minute or two early yet. So it's a really dark day here in Bozeman, Montana. We have a lot of smoke in the air. I was really surprised this morning. The smoke level for healthiness is really high. And we had some rain yesterday too. I thought that would sort of push it out, but it didn't. I'm still looking for comments. Let's see once. Hopefully we're in the right place. I think we are. Simply Creative Girls. And so anyway, we'll just wait a second here. That's the problem with starting a bit early. Then I'm ready to start and it's not time yet. So, okay, anyway, we'll just wait a minute. And then we'll start. We'll see who can find us. I know we're still a minute before 10 o'clock. This is Mountain Time. So we have people all over from the East Coast, Central Time Zone, Mountain Time Zone, and Pacific. So I have quite a team, and it's very exciting because this morning, bright and early, I have a new team member. Her name is Ramona Miller here in Bozeman, and I'm so proud of Ramona. She was about ready she wanted me to put in a really big order the other day, and I talked to her, and it just made more sense for her to save money and become a demonstrator too and save 20%. So let's see what's here. Okay. I'm wondering if, there's Carla. Oh, hey, Carla. Good to see you. Now I know we're in the right spot. That's always nice to know. Carla's in Wisconsin, so you'll have to back up and hear what I've been talking about. I've been sort of talking online here. And so August 3rd today. Carla, would you please make some comments, send thumbs ups, and so that helps other people find us. It takes a little bit of time, the way the algorithms work. Oh, thank you. I've got this is Misty Blue. Our second project today is Misty Blue. So thanks for noticing that. I had to look in my closet last night and try to figure out, I don't wear this very much, but actually, I don't know why I don't, because I really like it. Thank you. Anyway, our second card today is going to be a Misty Moonlight card. And it has Misty Moonlight and Jade in it. So maybe you can guess what I'm going to use. Okay, today is celebration beginning August 3rd. The mini catalog went live a little bit past midnight. I probably should have just stayed up because I couldn't sleep very well, but I slept okay until about 4 o'clock. And then I just felt like, I've got to get up and get those orders in. And celebration. So remember, it's very important now in August and September, when you order anything from Stamping Up, that you do it in $50, $100, $150, $200 increments, because then you get things from this catalog that are free. For example, now we can open the catalog too, the bedazzling paper. and that's a free item with $50. We are going to be playing today with this. Hey, Lisa, glad you found us this morning. This snowman, the penguin, and there's snowman and little just cute fox and penguin. That paper is adorable. And that coordinates with a punch that's in the catalog and a stamp. There's also the beautiful Feels Like Home. That's a sort of a, oh, hey Jan, good to see you too. I'm glad you found us. I got on early today because I didn't want to be late and have people not find us. So, and then this another item is this beautiful sort of charcoal white and charcoal gray, black designer paper. And it's much prettier than it looks in the catalog. So don't be deceived by that. And then one of my all-time favorites is this deer. It's called Peaceful Prince. Oh my goodness, beautiful. Love it. It's prettier in person than in the catalog. And it coordinates with a punch that's in our mini book, and that's the deer punch. And so that's a really great one. And then we know that they've told us that the dies for the sheep, this is sort of limited. So I would get that first, one of the first things. And this is the stamp, the sheep stamp. It's very cute. I made something the other day. I have it in my closet for a class. Let's see, what else do we have after the sheep? We've got that textures and frames. I've not done anything with that. The Summer Shadow. This one it's called Summer Shadows Dies. And this is a die set that's to sort of limited time, and it's with a $100 purchase. It matches, we're going to use it today, and it matches a stamp that's in our annual catalog. For another $100 order, you can get the beautiful dahlias. Extremely pretty set. And if you, excuse me for a second. Hey, Martine, I'm glad you could join us from Smoky, Oregon. It's smoky here, and it's really smoky this morning in in Bozeman. Even after all that, we had rain last night, I was just really surprised. If your order goes to $300, you get this beautiful set of stamps. It's called In Your Words. I have it already, and it's really very, very nice. So that's just a real quick rundown. So August 3rd today. I have to tell you too, I always say the best deal in the whole catalog is the starter kit for $99. And hey, Nancy Lunn, so glad to see you this morning. And the other day when I had a class, I had a lady, Ramona Miller. She just joined this morning. She actually became a demonstrator this morning. And she was going to place a very big order the other day. And I talked to her, and I thought, well, I can take your order. I can take your order and do it for you. But, and then I talked to her yesterday, and, she could have saved a ton of money by becoming a demonstrator. So this morning, bright and early, she signed up, and now we have a new demonstrator with us, too. So that's very fun. Remember, if you have a friend, you all like being a demonstrator, that's for sure. I know you do. And if, before you were a demonstrator, you always wondered, what were some of the perks of being a demonstrator? I love the fact that we get to pre-order and we get to go to events, and the biggest thing is we have a whole network of friends that we didn't have before. So that's really fun. All righty, let's put those catalogs aside. I will open those in a little bit again too. And okay, let's see once. Let's turn the camera down. We've got two projects this morning. And as Carla noticed, I have a Misty Moonlight shirt on. So one of our projects is going to be using Misty Moonlight. Okay, close your eyes for a second. Here we go. Here are my blends. There's one of my bracelets. I have to tell you about my bracelet. The magnet that held it shut came loose, so I put some rubber cement, or not crazy glue, I guess that's what it's called, and in it, and now the bracelet is locked shut. Can't use it. Can't get it open. Anyway, these are some, let's see, push this up a little bit. I just have to tell you, I have a class a kit class to go and to ship, and that's this one. It's called Measure of Love, and this is one of the cards. I love this set. I just really can't get quite enough of it. I have designed actually 5 cards for this kit, but I could have designed 10 because I just kept it. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Somehow it just reminds me of those old-fashioned scales. This is one of the cards in the class, and that's for this Thursday. That class is $30 and includes paper from the Playful pack or Playful party. This is a card. You can see this gold, the pumpkins and everything. If friends wear pumpkins, I'd pick you. These are all new. This is the mini catalog. And this is a card I'm doing this Saturday in my stamp camp. We're going to do this technique with the vellum. So those were just for me to line up and I can't seem to get it lined up very well this morning. Maybe when I, there we go. That's a little bit better if I can get that to hold in place. Okay, we are going to start with this card, using the shaded summer. And that's the card we're going to be doing today. And it opens up like a book. You've seen me do these before. I love this technique. It's a great use of paper. This is the stamp. This is in the annual catalog. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit now so you can see this. There we go. Shaded Summer. And it's a beautiful set. It's in the annual catalog, and I bet some of you have totally missed it. It is on page 75, at the bottom of 75. It's really a beautiful set. I really like it a lot. And I did not have it, but when I saw that Celebration included the dies, these are the dies that go with this set, and they're wonderful. And I'm going to be using that today. I've actually used them a lot because I did a swap, and I do these templates, and then I die cut, and I die cut all those and they match up, and I'm going to be doing that today. But if you don't have this stamp set, definitely is one to get. And I'm going to be using, this is the Hostess stamp that's at the back of our annual catalog, and I'm going to use that too. So we're going to set that aside, and these 2 cards are using that same stamp. Aren't they pretty? These are both swaps. This one opens like that. I don't remember who did that one. I don't have the name on it. Took it out of its sleeve. And that one is by Marianne Grimer. Anyway, very pretty. Both of these I got in Hawaii, but I think they're pretty cool. That's got the little embossing on it. But that is the whole set. Now, today we are going to do this card, and let's get our supplies out. I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus and the ink, and let's see if I can find the little kit that I have made for this. We are going to be using, so on this I used that beautiful flower embossing folder. But today we're going to actually use this one called Time Worn Type. And I'll tell you what, if you don't have this one, it's in the mini catalog. It's a beautiful set. I love it. I've used it quite a bit now in this last month, but it's a 3D, so you do need to use your gray or your purple plate, whichever one you have. And okay, let's get my kit out, and you can take these. You can take some screenshots if you want of the sizes. So we're going to start with this is the Evening Evergreen. And it is it's just a basic, a top folding, 4 1/4 by 11, but I scored it at 5.5 plus 6 3/4, like this. So, and then I fold this back. I love this. I cannot, as you can tell, you've seen me do a few of these in the last few months. I love this. And I'm going to put this, you put that binding, you can do it with your tear tape, like this works really well. You can do it like that. Or if you feel pretty confident, you can use your really strong Seal Plus. And I'm going to do that right now because I sort of like this. I've gotten sort of, you have to press and you have to lift up. That's sort of the key to that. But I'm just going to, now I'm going to press it down. And now it's going to be, I'm going to burnish a little bit with my fingers. And now it's good. And that's the basis of our card. And then we have a, okay, we're going to get our other pieces out here. We have a vanilla. We need 2 vanilla. This is, I did use, I don't know why I used vanilla. I just did on my, I made 26 of these for a swap. And 3.5 by 3.5. And we need 2 of this, one for the outside and one for the inside. And then we need a soft succulent mat. And this is 3 3/8 by 3 3/8. I'm going to tell you something here. I'm going to grab this real quickly. If you like to order on Amazon, these Victor rulers are really terrific. For example, this one says 3 3/8. You can find, it says the 3/8 right there. 3/8 is sort of a tricky one, 3/8 and 5/8. But anyway, I really like this one. And I wish they made them in smaller sizes too. The 6-inch, I like to have a 6-inch and a 12-inch, but it's called Victor Easy Read and Easy Rule. I don't remember exactly of how much it was, if it was like $9 or $10, but not terribly high. Really, I got a little mark there. This is soft succulent, and that goes right onto the front like this. And I think we're going to just get our silicone mat out and put that on like that. There we go. And then next we need our vanilla piece that I covered up with a silicone mat. Okay, and that's going to go on there. On top, we're going to have just a little bit of 1/8 of an edge. And but before we do that, I want to stamp first. So we're going to stamp, and then we're going to put that on. But then before we do that, we're going to even, before I get all the stamps, let's get the strips out. So a strip that goes along the binding is just 1 inch by 4 1/4. I just sort of made up these, kind of dimensions. You can do one. On one of mine, I had a wider strip. I think I like this. I started with that, and then later I went to a narrower one. It doesn't make any difference which one you chose. But we are going to put this pretty, I just want to change it up a little bit, this pretty well-worn type one on. And I'm going to actually, since that's a little bit, sometimes on an embossing folder, it's easier to put the adhesive right on the base, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just put this on like this. Oh, well, this one's going to go all the way to the bottom. There we go. And I'm going to, looks like it has to be cut off just a tad bit there. Take my little snips and cut that. And, but isn't that pretty? That looks neat. Okay, now we're ready to do a little stamping, and then the card will be close to being finished. Okay, we are, first of all, we're going to, I've got all kinds of things here. Let's see, let me get my stamparatus out of the way. Let's do our background stamp first. We're going to use the Evening Evergreen stamp, and you know what? I think I used the soft succulent, so excuse me for a second. I'll reach that. It's really close. I think I'll use the soft succulent because we're going to accent this with the, so here's the soft succulent. I'm going to put the evergreen right there. Let's see how we're doing with our keeping things in the camera. Okay, I'm going to tap it, and I'm going to stamp. I'm going to tap it a little bit more, and I'm going to sort of overlay that. Now, it looks a little yucky right there in the middle, but it's all going to get covered up with the flowers, so it won't be a problem. So we'll give that a close up. Oh, I'm going to show you this. Here are some, look at those flowers. That's from this die also. I put those together with just to show you what that, it's a nice die. It's a good one. Okay, we'll put that over here, and here's our, we're going to put that on our card now, and I'm going to put some adhesive on that. Just line that up, just ever so slight of a border, like that. Okay, and then now we need to get our Stamparatus in here. Maybe we'll stamp on the inside first, and we're going to do a happy birthday, and we'll do that right on here. Set that out of the way for a minute. We'll do our happy birthday. This is these stamps have red rubber, so we don't need our mat. We're going to do happy birthday, and so that's a pretty font, I think. And then we'll just do a little sprig of whatever this is right there, and that is done. Stamping is done, but now we can put it on the inside. So how's everyone doing today? How's the weather in Wisconsin, Carla? Or Martina, you said it's smoky out in Oregon. Carla's in Wisconsin. It's smoky here. Okay, there we go. And now all we have left is this big, beautiful flower. I'm going to just set that aside for a second and bring in this Stamparatus. You know, I've been using my Stamparatus a lot. I use it quite a bit for. Let me zoom out a little bit here. Whoops, there we go. Oh, you're getting haze, Carla said. Are you getting haze from the fires in Canada or the fires in Montana? And I'm going to put this stamp. I like to put a stamp set underneath, so we'll just do like that so it doesn't distract you. So what I do, we have this is I have a template. I made this. What I did was I took the dies, the shaded summer die, and I cut that out. And this is what I got. And then I cut I don't know where my stamp is. My stamp set. I've lost it. Anyway, I have a whole stack of these. So we just put it in like this. Just fits right in. So then I took my stamp off, and it just fits right back in there. So hopefully this is going to work. So it's like that, and now I'm going to ink up my stamp like that, and give it a good press. Let it soak in a little bit. Okay, there it goes. Looks pretty good. I think maybe we'll do it one more time just to see if we can get a little darker green. Oh, it's a little blurry now, though. It's a little blurry. Let me see once. I think I have another one here. Let's try that. Well, I think we'll just use this one instead. So I thought I do have a stack of these, but I can't figure out where they are on this small space of mine. Anyway, we'll do that. We'll put I do have a backup one right there, so that'll work. And we'll just put this up on some dimensionals now. So we're going to get our little dimensionals out today. So I've got sort of a new piece here, and I did run some magic markers over those I hadn't done that for a while. I'd like to do that. It sort of shows me where things are. Okay, and now we'll take your pick tool and pop those off. Remember, put your hand way down toward the pick, and there we go. I just love being able to take all those and just put them in the wastebasket. Oh, that one I missed. You can see that. Okay, and now we'll just put it on like this. And I'm going to cover up that ink. And let's get our ribbon. And we've got some dimensionals there. And I have, I'll tell you what, I've been through a lot of the succulent ribbon. It's the soft succulent, and it is the open weave ribbon. Oh my goodness, it ties beautifully. So you just, it just ties gorgeous. There's our bow, and we'll just make it a little bit smaller by holding it in the middle and pulling on the ends like that. And now we're going to take our snips, or well, no, these aren't my snips. These are my ribbon scissors from long ago. I only use them for ribbon. And now we'll put this on with some glue dots. Well, I actually like to put a couple glue dots on. I don't, when I'm doing ribbon, I'm going to put, there's 1, 2, just give it a good hold like that and really press it down. And there is our card. Now it needs a little bit of dimensionals on these two that I made before. I used the little rhinestones. This one I used tiny ones. This one I used one big one. And but I think today we're going to use these new, they're called matte decorative dots. Oh, they're really, really neat. And they're in an ombre. So you see how light this is, and then it goes to dark. So I think we'll use one of these today. Let's see once. I think I'll just do we'll just do one. Put it right there. And there we have it. A fairly easy card. Once you have that stamparatus set up, it's really pretty slick. So anyway, here we have the one with this is the one that had the pretty flowers. This one is the text, which sort of matches that background. So remember, that is the, where did I put, oh, here are the stamps. Natural textures is that background. This is the shaded summer, and then the dies to go with it. There's some really pretty ones. Okay, we'll put those away, and we're going to come up to our next card. And see what's here. Get that out of the way. This next one is a little bit, has a lot in it. So I'm going to move everything, and we're going to use this little, oh, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. We're going to be using that punch, and we're going to be using the stamps that go with it, the penguin place. I really didn't like this when I first saw it in the catalog, but my goodness, it's very fun, and I like it a lot now. So it's funny how we do that. Some of the things that we don't like turn out to be some of our favorites. And then this is the paper that I just cut it. It's actually 12 by 12, but I cut it just to show you, so it's easier to do than managing a big piece. So these are the backs of it, stripe. Another diagonal stripe. You can see I've got a Misty Moonlight shirt on today, and this is sort of that's the color we're using. So that's a stripe. This is a little polka dot, and this is like little stars. Isn't that pretty? And this one has trees, little soft trees, jade green, and then you turn those over. But look at how aren't those pretty together? Aren't they just great colors? I just really like them a lot. And then these are the, here's one. This punches that penguin. So the rest you have to sort of fussy cut. But I fussy cut the other night, but it's not bad at all. It took a few minutes to do it in front of the TV. These all have to be fussy cut. These also. And then these are really sort of small. I just think that they're probably better as a background piece. And then those are the ones that are like that on the back. But aren't they cute? Look at the snowman with the freesia scarf, and they've really used the jade and the freesia, and I'm not sure which blue that is. That one, if that's balmy blue maybe, and this is the Misty Moonlight. So that's what we're going to use today. And let's get our supplies out. got my little box of cut up animals already. So I've cut out some animals and things like that and punched out a couple of those. And here are the cards. I'm going to set those aside for now, right over here, and take out the cards that I made. I really like doing Sharon Armstrong, who is in Texas. She's a demonstrator, and she does Mystery Monday stamping, and I really have become very fond of that. It's very fun. She gives the layout on Sunday. You run it off or you print it up, whatever you do on your computer, and then on Monday at 11 o'clock Mountain Time, she sort of gives you more clues. You don't have any idea what you're making. So this is what I came up with the directions. But so which one do you like better? Do you like the one penguin in the middle, or do you like all the different little creatures? They both have snowflakes. This one I cut off some points. But and the saying is, it's so cute. I like you a lot'll. It's like little except a lot. But isn't that cute? And on the inside I typed, to the coolest friend ever. But just a fun, it could be a birthday card, could be just a thinking of you card, and same thing. One is horizontal, one is vertical. I didn't know what I was making when I made this. It just turned out this way. This is what I came up with. So anyway, fun. So here are the directions, and we'll go through that. You tell me, which one do you like? Do you like all the animals or the single one? Okay. Chime in on that, would you, if you wouldn't mind. And here are the pieces that we're going to use today. You need to cut 4 of these rectangles. Cut 4 that are 2 inches by 2.5. So here you can see I've got a bunch cut like that. These are all 2 by 2.5. And then the base of our card is just a side folding 5.5 by 8.5. It just opens up. And then we need a piece of white paper. That's that's our standard mat. It looks like it's a little bit crooked there. And I have a couple of those. Thankfully, I do, because that one is a little bit crooked. So one's for the inside, and then one is going to be for the mat that's going to go on the front like this. Okay? And then, so we have that. We have our white mat, our blue mat, our little pieces, and then we need a, excuse me. A little stitched, I used a little stitch thing for the words, and then I cut, I just sort of made this up. 1 by 3, those are my own measurements for my label, and we'll probably use this one because that's the base of our card. That's 1 by 3. Okay, and I'm going to set those aside for now, and I'll show you how to do this. It's easy. Really quite an easy card. It's a good way to showcase the different designer paper. Okay, so I think when I'm putting this together with these little pieces, I'm going to zoom in a little bit now so you can see. So we've got this piece that is 2 by 2.5, and I just sort of laid them out. to see which one you like. I'm going to use the stripe this time. I didn't use it before, but I really like this stripe, like that. So we can put in like that, or we can put in the green. We can take out this dark one, put in this one. What are your favorites of these? Or do you like this stripe better? They're both the same. They just it's a little bit deceiving. So we can take that one out and put another one in, like this one, maybe. And this is exactly what I was doing. I just cut a bunch, and then I have more now for another card. I think we'll use it just like that. And so I have these left over for another card. And I'll just set that aside, 2 by 2.5. On one of mine, I did the little trees. So you have to, I was sort of forced into doing a card the way I cut it that way. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to apply adhesive. I think I'll use the liquid adhesive, and just gives me a little bit more wiggle room. So I don't like to touch it because it gets my hands sticky. So that's pretty good. We'll put this one on top with it. But it's just a little bit more wiggle room, so that when you, there's going to be a little bit of a gap. But you see how I'm able to slide this just a little bit to meet the edges like that. And this one, you could even throw in a print like that, or we're not going to. I sort of like but you can do that, of course. Most people don't use the tweezers, but I do. Just happen to I have several tweezers right here with sharp ends to pick up things because I don't like to get Tombow on my fingers. I would rather use a tape runner for most things. However, we won't today. Okay, and then we've got this seam right down the middle. I'll put that right there. Okay, do you see how that seam? We could make this a portrait card. It doesn't make any difference. I have this great ribbon. Oh, I love this. It's called Just Jade and Gold. It's very, very sparkly, and it's called what? Braided ribbon. I've used it a bunch and really like it a lot. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of Scotch tape. I've got a piece cut, and we'll just see how it's going to just fill in that gap. Turn that over, and you can use your adhesive, or you can use Scotch tape. I just sort of like Scotch tape for this kind of thing, but a lot of people don't. So there we go. Make sure it's straight, and I think that is. See, we can do it this way. We can do it this way. All kinds of ways. We'll put that right there. And now we're going to put this onto our card base. So here's our base. I'll take those little pieces off, and I'm going to get my tape runner out again. And now I'm just going to go put this on like that. Let's see once. I think we'll do it maybe like this. There we go. And so it can be this way. But once we put our words on there and then once we do our stamping, it's probably not a good idea to change the orientation of your card. So let's get out we'll do some stamping here in a minute, but let's see what you think. Let's put our inside on first, and then we'll choose our little animals. Nope, this was the one that was sort of, I think I'll put the other one on. The other one was slightly crooked. Okay, let's see once here. Okay, good. There we go. And now let's bring in these little creatures. Where did I put those though? Where did I put? Oh, here they are. Here we go. Let me see now if you're getting, let me put this away for a second. Let's see once. Oh, I'm missing your, oh, thank you. Oh, you like both. Okay, good. Now, girls, try to comment here. So we can put a little creature right there. We can put a snowman. We can put a bear. That's a little big, so I don't think we'll put him in there. We can put a fox. We'll put a penguin. Let's see. Let's do the little fox maybe that is like this. But I think we'll move him over like that because I don't like him looking off the card. I'm really sort of fussy about that kind of thing. Let's see, once this works pretty well, let's move this one up there and this one down here, I think. Oh, I think we're going to use this other one. We're going to use this one with the green scarf. That looks, how about that? And then we'll put our greeting, I think, will that fit in the middle? I think it will. So I'll show you how to do that. So that's going to be our card this time. And I do want to use the snowflake, I think. So we'll see. Okay, let's do our stamping and then we'll make these decisions. I'm just going to sort of lay these out in where we're going to put those. We're going to put these snowflakes, oh my goodness, they're iridescent. You have to buy these. They're just, they're so cool. You just punch them out like this. You get a whole bunch of them. I don't know what suite they come with in the catalog, but they're really wonderful. I love them. I wanted to get more because I will use these on a lot of things. That side is iridescent. This side is iridescent. I don't know if you can catch the light there. This side is sort of plain. What you could sponge those a different color if you'd like, but they're neat. And then you've got these leftover pieces. I don't know. You could punch little circles or punch whatever you want out of those, but they're neat. We're gonna put this snowflake in the middle, and maybe our animals are gonna go over. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this Seal Plus right down in the middle, because that's very strong. And I'm just going to set that in there like that. And now we can put some things over it. But before we do that, we're going to do our little stamping. So let's get these are photopolymers, so we're going to need our little pierce mat. This one I have cut in half. And here is our little piece. And we're going to get our Misty Moonlight ink out. Right there. See if we're still in the camera. Okay. We're going to, these are the two stamps. I've got them on, I like you a lot'll. It's like little except a lot. But we're going to start with the bottom one just so that we can keep it straight. And I can see if I can do this without getting my head in the picture. Okay. And then we're going to do the other one above it. I like to use my lines like that. I like you a lot'll. It's like a little except a lot. And then the inside of our card, let me see what's here. Let's bring in, I'll just set that aside for a second. The inside of the card, it's going to be a portrait card. We're going to the coolest friend ever. And I'm just totally out of blocks, so I had to put it on the big one and put it on the top like this. I don't like to do that, but I have so many classes coming up that I have stamps on blocks, and I own a lot. But, so I didn't want to have to redo any of those. Okay, good. Isn't that cute? To the coolest friend ever. Now we can put that piercing mat away. And we're going to we're going to put this together and, okay, I'm just going to put it on like that. Just get it. I am going to have to be more careful, I think, it's just a little skinny. Oh, that's not, I've got it crooked. You know, you can always breathe on it. My mom is the one who, she's 94 and a half, and this is something she does a lot. Anyway, I learned that from her, but it's a really good one for getting the adhesive up. Okay, we're going to put it on like this. Let's see if this is going to work with our animals. I think it will. You can't see the snowflake a lot. Let's see once. It's sort of cute like that. Do you like it sort of askew? Or do you like the animals straight? I don't know. Probably didn't need that snowflake there, but it's on now. So let's see. What do you think? Straight? I think we'll do straight. Let's see once here. We're going to bring in our silicone mat. We're going to put some of these flat, and some will. This one we're going to put flat. this one we're going to, oh, I should have put dimensionals on that one. I think I still will. I think I'm gonna bring in my dish. You know, I've told you this every time I'm on a video, I love to cut up these whole adhesive sheets. I just cut them like this. I just cut them into strips, and then I just go, it's so fun. I don't know why it is, but I just go like that. And then I have this whole dish of big pieces. I like to leave some of them different sizes like that. I just really like these a lot. So here's one, and then I keep that little dish right on my workspace. I'm going to just put it on like this. And so here we go with that. Now we'll pop him up. And we're going to pop up the snowman. So I'm going to put another one of those on, those big pieces. So I only need really one, because it'll give me right down the middle of his body. No measuring, you just sort of, I don't know, there's something fun about it. We'll put that right there. And then this one we'll put flat. There's no really rhyme or reason to all that, but so I've got a couple popped up. And then I'm going to pop this one up too. And I think we'll just use this. I think you get, I don't know how much these, though they're not very expensive. They're on the adhesive page. And I'm going to just cut that because I cut it a little bit too long, but we can use that again. So, okay, and we'll just pick that up, throw it away. And now we're going to see if I can get his hat maybe. Let's see if we can cover up a little bit like this. Okay, I don't like that snowman being on top of that so high, but that's just part of it, I guess. So I'll have to work. No, I don't like that at all. So we're going to lift that up a little bit, and we'll just leave it loose. And I'll have to maybe work on that a little bit. Now we need a little bit of Wink of Stella. We'll put a little bit of Wink of Stella on this hat, a little bit on the scarf. Need to shake it and get it going again. There we go. We're just going to put a little bit of Wink of Stella on some of these solid pieces like that. There we go. And let's see once. So which do you think? Stars or opal rounds? These look a little bit more like snow. I did one of each. Let's see. My other cards are here. So like on this one, I did the opal rounds. This one I did the iridescent stars. What do you think? Which one would be your preference? Stars or opal rounds? Good advice, Carla, but I won't be able to do that now. So anyway, which do you think? Oh, stars. Martina said stars. We'll just go with stars then because that sounds good. And I'm going to take my little pick tool, and I like the way the stars, they come in sort of this orangey color and then this iridescent and then black. And I think we'll just use the smaller ones. Take your pick tool. I like the way they sort of accent that, the little bit of whatever color this is. I don't know if it's Calypso Coral or orange, but I like that a lot. And then see the little feet on the penguins and the fox and everything. And there is our card. I like you a lot, except it's like a little except a lot to the coolest friend. And very cute, I think. And it's totally different than our other cards. So let me pull those in too. Everyone will be sort of different. That's the fun thing about this. You just cut a bunch of pieces, and then you get all these different cards. Here is the, let's see once if we can, and then this is the other one, the one that's, let's see once here we can get this. That's as far as I can get all of them in the picture, so I can't really get them all in except like that. Okay, oh, thank you very much. But aren't they sweet? They're just sweet little creatures, and it's a free paper during celebration. Now I'm going to show you about how to use that penguin punch. And Oh my goodness. So there's some cute sayings. These are the sayings. While I bring in this other paper, I will put that stamp set there so you can see. I want to show you how to build a penguin with this punch. Now, that paper that we just used, the penguins, you can punch out one of the penguins without hats. But I want to show you how to, this will just take a few minutes to build we're going to use the velvet sheets. Can you see how snowy and velvety? You can see the texture there. And we're going to use the black glitter. And so, and then I have some orange, maybe pumpkin pie, to do the feet. And so what I'm going to do, this is going to be the main penguin right there. Okay, and then the snowy part. You could use that iridescent. I could even do it out of this iridescent for the body. That might be fun too. But I think we'll just use it. We'll use the snow. But that iridescent paper would work too. Now I'm going to do this punch, this one right there. Looks like a little bit of a dress. We're just going to punch it so we don't get too much of the others. So there we go with that. It looks like that. Take that away. And now we'll punch a couple little feet. And there are the feet right there. The rest we can throw away. And this is how you build the pumpkin now. Not the pumpkin. It's not a pumpkin. It's pumpkin pie. Let's see. Once here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. Okay, we're going to put our glittery penguin right there. And this is we're going to put that on top. And I think I'm going to try, I don't know, I can't remember what I made a couple of these. I'm going to use, this is the Seal Plus, the real strong one. That seemed to work pretty well. We're just going to tuck that down in there. And then there we go, like that. And then his feet, just get a little bit of adhesive. And we'll try this. You could use your Tombow. I think that just sort of separated my, I think we will just put a little bit of Tombow on that instead, like this. Just a tiny, tiny bit of that. And now we'll put our feet on. And you would stamp the eyes, or you could use, I know I was going to use the googly eyes, but I'm not sure where they are. I'd have to go look, but you could do googly eyes there, or you could use there's a really great punch here, and not a punch, these eyes. These eyes, this little tiny set of eyes, right there they are. Maybe I don't know where they are now. Oh, here they are, right here. It's but it's perfect spacing. I'm not going to do that, but it does work really well. I'll show you a finished one. Here, I have it in my little case here. I stamped the eyes in black. Oh, thank you so much. And I put a little, I think it's Flirty Flamingo nose. There's a nose punch stamp in there too, but isn't that cute? And then if you wanted, you could put a hat on or a scarf. Here in the stamp, we have the hat, and there's the scarf. There's some antlers for turning it into sort of a reindeer. It's got a really nice little Christmas tree stamp, but very little bow tie to make it a little boy penguin. But there we go. Isn't that fun? All righty. That's it for today, girls. Let's turn you back to the other direction. Okay. Whoops, Daisy, we're really shaking things here. You can sort of, oh, I'm glad you like those. Thank you very much. I'm so glad you could tune in. Sorry, I did tune in sort of early, so we were sort of waiting there in the beginning. But you can always back it up and uh, just hear what I was talking about. So, anyway, thank you so much for the hearts and the thumbs up, and I'm so glad you could tune in today. I hope everyone will go out and start shopping for these wonderful celebration products. I'm glad to have, now all I have to do, I ordered early this morning. I actually feel like I could take a nap right now. I was awake since about 4 o'clock, and now I'm getting tired again. But anyway, I placed my orders early this morning, so hopefully shipping will be slow, and a few things are not available, like the gingerbread, making memories and more, and that you can still get the stamps, the dies, and the paper, but you can't get the making memories portion of that suite. Oh, that'll be fun, Martina. Thanks, Nancy. Everyone else have a great day too. So I will see you next Tuesday, and hopefully by then we'll have some of our new things to play with too. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.